Oh, well, that's the first time everything actually worked while I was going live. Well, that's good then. Very good, in fact. But yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I have the same stuff I have on scene 1, so we can just switch over here. There we go. There's our Terence talk setting right there. Looks pretty neat, doesn't it? But yeah. I think we can begin our introduction as soon as we turn on our music. Well, actually, our BRB screen is our music. You know, just like the old days in the Terence Talks episodes, chat. That's how we always did things. I'm going to put you right here, just to give the illusion that you're on TV. Something in a TV in the refrigerator. Anyway, though. Salute Terence, everyone. This is Terence here. I am an idol in training, open to bring smiles, laughter, and joy to everyone around the world. Also while playing games and doing fun activities. Yep, salute Terence, folks. Look at me wave at you. Yep, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well and hope you're all enjoying your Sunday evening. Which it's 6 p.m. for me. Not sure how time is for the rest of you. And welcome to the stream, Geyer. Well, hope you're doing well. And yep. And as for me, I'm doing pretty good. Today has been relatively quiet today. And that's pretty much all I did. I pretty much just sat around, watched some anime, and then I had to probably go and get some things to prep for a stream, of course. Yep, had to do that stuff. And by stream prep, I mean stuff to prepare for the stream that's coming tomorrow, actually. But yeah, first real day off in a while, but I have next week mostly off. Ah, that's nice, that's nice. Oh yeah, maybe I should turn on high power mode for this camera. Not that it should support that. That way, better tracking. Yep, I can say hi. Then I think I can do the absolute cinema thing. That's probably the closest you're going to get to absolute cinema. Although this stuff doesn't quite affect my hand move. Doesn't have like mirror motion though. Or V magic mirror. But it's pretty fun to use though. But yeah. Looks kind of artistic. Yeah, I know, right? It's pretty great. That's the white outline that I have that's in V magic mirror. It's pretty cool. I had to pay for the hand tracking, by the way. Which it's pretty good since I'm using a completely different camera from what I usually use. Yeah, I have 2 webcams. Although I'm hoping to get like a better one that has better face recognition though. So that's not going to be for a while though. But anyway, today on this edition of Terence Talks, we are going to be talking about my plans for my 5-year anniversary. And you're probably wondering, hey Terence, what do you have planned for your 5-year anniversary? Well, I'll be honest with you, it's gonna be nothing too major, honestly. Mostly because, well, my mom, I still don't live alone and my mom's gonna be here. But it's mostly just gonna be The first week's gonna be like a series of super long streams, a little bit longer than usual in the 3-hour marks that I have. So yeah, we're just gonna be doing some gaming on the first week, and then the second week, after that little break in the second week, we're gonna be celebrating our YouTube channel's anniversary, and then we're gonna continue on doing some games with some of the folks, with some of the community. So yeah, we're just gonna be doing some community stuff for week 2, and for week 1 will be a series of super long streams. In fact, I have my schedule posted in the YouTube thing, to YouTube post, if you guys want to check that out. And of course, on the first day, we are going to be showcasing our new model. Gonna be doing that. Which I'm sure some people are going to be looking forward to that. Oh yeah, endurance streams are indeed nuts. I think the last time I've done one was, let's see, a good couple years ago, so I've pretty much always wanted to try to do that one, and I wanted to try to maybe break like maybe the 12 or 11 hour limit that I did last time. As for what game, but yeah, yeah, as for what games I'm going to be playing for the first week, well, it's not going to be stuff that I've been doing for a while, though. We're not going to be doing fantasy life and stuff. We're just going to be doing like a few portion of multiplayer games. As for which ones, I want them to be a surprise. But I can tell you that Fortnite is one on the list. And then there's probably maybe Super Animal Royale, and there's also this other game called King of Meat, which they just released that game in early access. That's on Xbox Series X as well as some Steams, which if you pay like the $30 or $29.99 for it, you have earlier access to it. But I didn't really post anything about it because I wasn't sure if it was safe, because I know that the devs pretty much post about some information getting a leak and they're launching an investigation. So I kind of trying to hold off on doing that until that's all settled. But yeah. Oh yeah, another game that I'm also going to be doing on the first week is Craftopia, which I haven't touched that game in years, honestly. Which I'm definitely going to be looking forward to playing that game again. Which, for those of you who don't know what Craftopia is a open world survival crafting game, which is pretty much the closest thing you're going to have to Minecraft as an anime. That's practically the best way I can describe it, anime Minecraft, except with better combat and everything else. Which I downloaded that game on my laptop just so we can play it again, which I had to delete a lot of things from my laptop just to make sure I have enough footage and stuff to actually, well, not footage, file size, to actually play it. Because I've been kind of waiting a while for Pocket Pair to bring out the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series X version to come out with the whole seamless map they have for the PC version, but ever since Power World came out, they practically just put most of their focus on Power World and never bothered putting that out there. But I think the last time they said, hey, we're gonna do that is when they try to get the Xbox One version sorted out. I think they said there have some problems with the Xbox One version, but we haven't heard any updates on that since then. So hopefully they will eventually have it solved, but it's been like, I think like a year or two since they talked about that, actually. And no real updates except for updates on the PC version, so hopefully once Palworld does reach 1.0 next year, they'll actually finally wrap up development with that game. Which I am looking forward to Palworld for 1.0 though. Which of course that game's also been getting a lot of flack as well. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I think one of my initial plans... Oh yeah, as for what's the name of the marathon? Well, I thought of the brilliant idea to call it something called the TerenceCH. Yeah, I think that's a pretty creative name. The TerenceCH. A marathon with yours truly. Which of course I'm also going to be being in Open VC for most of my event stream. So certain people who are in the event stream can stop in, hang out maybe. Probably say hi. Say, hey Terence, congratulations, 5 years. Or something like that. But then do some other things too. But yeah. And then of course, one thing I did want to try to do, but I couldn't do, is I wanted to try to use Warudo, which is a 3D VRM tracking system app as well. I wanted to try to use that, but after pretty much running through it for a few times and trying it out, I'd say it was way too complex for me to figure out. Yeah, it was way too complex for me to figure out. There was a lot of things like parameters, and I'd say there was so much stuff in there, much things I didn't quite understand, to the point where I couldn't really use it. So I decided to just give up on that. So I'll just be using VC Face and the Magic Mirror here. Oh yeah, like I said, it's a PC app that you can load VRMs in, and then you can pretty much do some tracking with it. It's not full body, but apparently it does have built-in hand tracking, but I couldn't really get that to work even when I did the tracking on my phone, and I pretty much had a hard time setting up my webcam for that too. So ideally, I did want to try to have something a bit more fancy. But of course, Warudo was the best option, but that fanciness had a lot of complexity to it. But hopefully someday we'll probably try to use something more bougie. I'm not very good at doing bougie things. Oh, I'm moving the thing. Okay. Good. Noise. Okay, noise. Oh yeah, I can also do peace signs. The closest thing to a peace sign you're gonna get. I kind of wish this thing had like mirror motion, otherwise this would be a lot more simpler to use. At least VC Face has that, at least. Yo. It just can wave around a bit. But anyway, do you folks have any other additional questions as well? If you do, I'll try to answer them as best you can. You can follow this at a 5-year anniversary / Q&A kind of thing here. How's it feel hitting 5 years? Honestly, it kind of makes me feel old as crap. Like, if I pretty much told myself I was going to be doing this for 5 years, I probably would say I'd lost my mind. In fact, I think there's been a good couple times where I almost kind of felt like quitting too. And I think probably one of the things that probably made me want to quit the most was probably the lack of progress. The lack of progress, the lack of people not getting a whole lot of interest, as well as doing this for a long time and not getting anywhere. Also kind of hurted my confidence a little bit as a streamer too. But I pretty much just kept going because I knew there was a small handful of people that actually did like it. Plus, I kind of didn't want to give up after I put so much time and money into this stuff. I put a little too much time and money into this stuff to actually quit, so I would kind of feel bad to put in this much time and this much effort and work just to quit. It would just make me feel like a bigger failure than I am now. Which I don't think I failed too badly, though. But I'm still doing my best with the budget that I have. Yep, it is quite a lot of experience indeed. And I think the thing I've learned from that experience is don't be afraid of underperforming, and don't be afraid to put your foot down just because you're desperate for views or results. Never let views or results sacrifice your integrity. And that's one of the things I'm still learning as a streamer / Vtuber as well. Though ideally, I would like to have my own merch too, just so, hey, if people actually want to support me and do things with me, they'll actually get something back in return. Ideally, I would like to have my own merch someday. Although I don't really have that much money to go around commissioning people to make me merch. And I'd say that's probably the hardest thing. But yeah. Oh, as for wood merch, though, I think maybe an acrylic stand would be kind of nice. Maybe a few like acrylic stands. Maybe like a t-shirt or something. Acrylic stands, t-shirts. I don't know about plushies or anything, though. It would be nice to have plushies. You know, it would be nice to have a plushie of, let me see. Let me see if I can find the doggo here on this thing. Hopefully I didn't completely delete him. If I did, I could just bring him back. Okay, looks like I'll have to bring him back then. Okay. Alright then, image. Oh wait, he's not existing. Dog. There you are, Buggy. There you are. Yep, plushies of this guy. Yep, that doggo's practically taking up the whole screen. Let me fix that. Here you go. I think I might be able to pet him too, actually. There you go. I think... Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I can put him right beside us, too. Oh, it's a good boy. That's a good boy. Who's a good doggo? Who's a good doggo? You are. You are. There we go. I'll just leave him on the screen just so you can admire him. I always wonder if the gray part would feel rougher than the rest. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is an Australian cattle dog, so I did kind of think the things would be kind of a bit saturated, but that's okay. Looks really good. Oh yeah, I also have my logo here too. Oh, I guess I'll have to add that in the hard way too, because that's all on scene 2. Okay, another image then. An existing logo. There we go, there we go. Yep, there's our logo too. The beautiful, beautiful logo. There we go. But yeah. I don't want people to tell people to do with their time, but I think what matters is what you got from it. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, as I was saying, I think the thing I also got the most from my experience was... I think maybe a little bit of how to work with OBS, as well as a few collab streams as well. Collab streams were a lot of fun to do. Although I can probably tell you that some were more fun than others, and then others were definitely a little too relaxed and low energy, but it's all part of experience as well. You learn that people enjoy different things in different niches, scratch different itches. But since I am mostly a chill streamer myself, I don't really have the chaotic energy that most other streamers have. But I kind of like being a chill streamer because I use most of that energy at work, at my current job. And then the rest of it I just use to stream and decompress a little bit. That's pretty much always what I wanted my streams to be. A place for people to decompress whenever they have a bad day, as well as to relax whenever they have tough times and such. Even if most of what I'm doing is just gameplay and such, I at least want to bring a little bit of relaxation and joy to your days. At least that's what I hope my streams are doing for most of you. But if they're not and you like pure chaotic entertainment, then I always try to be as humorous as I can. Even though most of my humor is generally lowbrow as all hell, but I grew up around lowbrow humor, so that's the humor I know best. And usually I learn to stick to what suits you best instead of trying to force yourself to be things you're not. And I think that's another thing I've learned in my 5 years of streaming. You don't have to force yourself to be things you're not. And you also don't have to force yourself to cater to certain things you don't want to cater, because I do feel like the more you try to cater too much to that, the less fun you're going to be having as a streamer. So yeah, that's pretty much most of the things I've learned in my 5 years of VTubing. And also try to always update your quality as much as you can. Which I'm really looking forward to showing you guys the new model, because I can pretty much tell you that it's a huge improvement over the one I'm using now. In terms of looks and design. Oh yeah, another project that I'm also going to be working on too is going to be like a little slideshow slash comic that's going to go about my lore. That's going to expand on my lore a bit more for those of you who don't know what my lore is. Which I can probably just point you to the video for it. And hello, Hiei, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying your evening today. I know I am. My evening has been mostly quiet so far. But yeah. Oh yeah, as for my other plans for 5 years. Oh yeah, the slideshow thing is gonna be a long-term project though. So you probably won't expect that till probably like mid to late November, because it's gonna take me a while to put together certain scenes, as well as maybe put together like a proper script for it too. Or try to come up with dialogue in my head for our idols, for our lore. Oh, I just got off work and now resting a bit. Ah, that's good, that's good. Yep, I hope you enjoy your rest. And you can also probably watch me just to help resting a little bit easier too, because, well, the whole purpose of my streams, like I said, was just to be a nice place for people to hang out and decompress whenever they had a bad day or a busy day from work or school or whatever you guys have to go through. Although I will say, please don't come to the stream and start drama dumping, though. I mean, just because I'm an idol doesn't mean I can handle people dumping their trauma on me. Which, of course, if you guys want to do some venting, maybe I should probably put like a venting channel on my Discord so people can vent about shit. Although that would be kind of weird too, because I know some people would try to go against 90% of Discord rules though. Not how many people I know, myself included, work Saturday and Sunday. Oh, I'm the opposite of that. I will probably never work weekends if I can help it. The only time I would is if I pretty much am desperate enough for money. Which, thankfully, times haven't been too desperate, of course. But yeah. Because, Mom has helped taking care of the house, and I'm just constantly trying to pay off the cable. And I'm also trying to keep my phone plan on, which, oddly enough, folks, I actually did end up losing my phone plan for like a good couple days. until I got paid this week, and then Google Fi decided to auto-charge the card, and now I have my phone plan on. I don't mind working weekends as long as there's days off somewhere. Okay, understandable. Weekends are usually the most hectic days for people to work because everybody pretty much wants to go out and do things, and then when you go out and do things, oh no, we gotta do these. We're gonna go and be an absolute menace to the people who are working. Yeah, oh yeah, let me pet the doggo a few more times, actually. Yeah, such a good boy, such a good boy. There we go. A lot of my stuff is regular 9 to 5, but there's the smooching unofficial stuff, so much you need to do if you want to make the connections. Yep, go ahead. You all have my permission to pet the doggo. You all have permission to pet the doggo. Oh yeah, you can also thank Skook Hime for that too. She's the one who made the art, who pretty much brought him to life. Although it's mostly just a still image though. That's okay though. That's perfectly okay. Oh yeah, as for week 2. Oh yeah, I think week 2 will pretty much be a combination of a Pal World server that I have that I'm gonna be doing separate from the stream one that I've been doing, so that other people who have the game can join. And it won't completely fuck up my progress. Which we're gonna be chilling and hanging out in that for like a good while. And then maybe some Among Us. Because I know some people would want to play some Among Us. Which of course I am granting that wish. Which has been like a while since I touched Among Us too. I don't think they added any new modes in that one, but Among Us is usually fun and it always questions my social skills. Which I always think I need to practice my social skills a bit more. It's almost every time I play the game, I'm always either getting killed or voted out. And the only time I do the killing is when there's the actual hide and seek mode. Oh yeah, you guys want an absolute cinema pose? Again? There you go, that's the best absolute cinema you're gonna get from me. Though I kind of wish the camera tracked things a little bit better, but that's okay. There you go. But anyway, though. Gives you some interesting gestures sometimes. Like something out of JoJo. Oh, I don't think my camera is advanced enough to do any JoJo poses. Or the tracking's advanced enough for that. I'd probably need a really, really good camera with good eye and body tracking for that. Which I don't have a massive collection of webcams, but I am probably going to be on the market looking for new webcams, of course. Because streaming is a very expensive hobby, especially VTubing. Which, if you look at some of the really fleshed out 2D models that a lot of people have, I've been seeing artists pretty much commissioning over $1,000 to $3,000 for them, as well as some other things as well, like little tags for the Twitch, little buttons for theirs, as well as emotes, channel banners, other stuff. And I heard that some people practically paid over $10,000 to over $40,000 for all that stuff. So yeah. I'm okay with trying to work on a budget, because as much as I do want quality, I don't want to go bankrupt for the sake of managing quality. Also kind of makes me wonder, where the hell do people get the money to pay for all that shit? So yeah. So I'm pretty much fine with what I have. Although maybe some more emotes could be nice to have too. Yeah, maybe a little bit more emotes could be nice to have. Oh, thank you for the donation, Geyer. Looks like my alert box is working. Which it's like the zombie that was running around my head, of course. Yep, good to see that the Streamlabs alert box actually does work. Have to look for dinner and a meeting. Hope to be back later. Okie dokie, I'll see you then. Although I probably won't be doing anything for that long though, since it usually doesn't take me too long to actually get information out there. Even if I do take a little too long with information, it's usually I have to try to think. Put a big old thinking cap on and try to think of what I'm about to say, and sometimes it takes me about a good couple seconds to process my thoughts. And even when I do process my thoughts, I'm still all over the place. Hopefully I am sounding clear enough to some people to actually understand. Oh yeah, to answer why the Pal World server or world that I'm making is going to be different from the other one is mostly just to make sure that we don't, to not only make sure it doesn't mess up my progress, but to make sure it doesn't make things more confusing for the streams I've been doing lately. If it's too confusing, I don't think I'd be able to continue it, because I want to keep most of my projects as continuity heavy as I can in terms of story stuff. Although I don't think I'm crazy enough or good enough at the game to attempt to try to beat the whole thing in one sitting. So, and I'm also not really sure if anyone would be okay with actually me doing that one game for like a whole week, straight, because I feel like if you see too much of it, you'll probably will get bored of it. But if you see too little of it, you'll probably wonder what the hell happened to it. So it's like trying to find the balance between too much and too little. Because I want to keep variety going, but I also don't want things being too confusing as well. So that's pretty much going to be the dilemma there. But I think the safest one alternative is definitely Among Us as well. Although Among Us for like a whole week straight would also be kind of strange as well. Although I think the only way I'd be able to mix that up would have to be if I have like different people to play with every week, and that's gonna be very challenging to do with everyone's schedules constantly being weird. Well, my schedule's especially weird as well. Because I go to work around the morning time, and sometimes, if not all the time, most of the people that I follow or watch are probably either streaming in the morning or probably streaming at really late nights. And it's gonna be hard to try to catch people around those days, so it's mostly gonna depend on how flexible everyone's schedule is. But I don't want this one to be too overwhelming as well. Oh yeah, let me check my event server Discord as well. While I'm still yapping about the event server. Where you at, event server? Okay, there we go. And the notification from my other servers worked as well. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, I think the other thing I probably might be hoping to do maybe around week 2-ish would have to be... Maybe if I'm lucky enough, I can probably throw in a karaoke stream around week 2 as a bonus. Oh yeah, week 2 will also be me celebrating my YouTube channel anniversary too, since my YouTube channel has practically been around since 2007. We also do have a stream lined up for that as well, so we have like 2 anniversaries in one go. So that's definitely going to be something. Although I have to admit, the plans for the YouTube anniversary are going to be a little bit strange because I have no idea how I'm going to plan that. As much as I probably would like to react to what I previously done in the past, I also kinda want to celebrate with the people I've known on YouTube for a long time at least. So that's going to be kind of a pickle. Not a massive pickle, but just a big enough pickle. Hold up. But yeah, I think we're going to be doing something really special for that. Maybe I'll probably do the same. Maybe I might do like that, a community stream for it though. Yeah, maybe I can probably do that Fortnite stream around that. A Fortnite or Apex stream around that time too. Although if I want to do that, I also want to probably celebrate it with one of the first videos that I've done. Or the first streams I've done too. Although looking back at it, I've probably done so many streams to the point where I don't quite remember what my first stream was. I just remember most of them were so bad to the point where they can barely overgo an hour. And that was mostly because the Wi-Fi I had around that time was garbage. But I do remember Yakuza Like a Dragon, at least. And now they have like an 8th game, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. So it's probably, but I kind of don't want to like do a big story-based game during that whole process too. Because, you know, once you start doing like story-based stuff, some people might get curious about the story, how it would progress and such. And then I gotta find ways, then I gotta try to get like the thing going or keep it going so that we won't miss out on the whole story. So yeah, I think the one thing I did learn is not to put too much focus on story-based content. Yeah, because the games are still good for just messing around. Oh yeah, for the mini games at least. They usually have some really good mini games in those for messing around. And hello, Zephyr King. Welcome to the stream. I am doing fine. I am doing fine. We're just talking about my plans for an upcoming stream week tomorrow, which is going to be the Terence farm. Which is going to be me doing decently long streams throughout the whole week. Or the first week, technically. Which, of course, if you're wondering why we're doing super long streams, of course. Well, since it's the 5-year anniversary, to me, it's like, it's either go big or go home. Yep, there's nowhere else to go but big, of course. But yeah. Oh yeah, maybe I should throw in Monster Hunter too. Although I think I probably might throw in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate though. Or Rise. Yeah, let's throw in Monster Hunter Rise, the Monster Hunter that people probably don't play. Oh wait, I can probably do World. Man, I'm mostly just brainstorming too. I can't guarantee I'm gonna be doing those games, but I will try to put in as much variety as I can. Just so that people won't get too bored seeing the same thing over and over again. Oh yeah, that also reminds me, PC streams. PC streams are also going to be tricky too. Because there's only like a handful of games that I can practically get to run on stream as well, and then sometimes when you do get them to run on stream, they usually don't run well. But I think the trick that I found out to getting them to run decently on OBS while trying to do them is to pretty much adjust the frame rate on OBS to like 30 frames and pray that that damn thing doesn't completely screw up. Because I can tell you, it does chug quite a bit. Whenever I try to do PC streams. So yeah. I think the ones that I think I got decently working the most would have to be the Goose Goose Duck one. Which is pretty much just Among Us 2.0 with more complexity. But I mostly prefer Among Us though, because it's easier for me to stream and set up because capture cards. My capture card is mostly plug and play, so I usually don't have to worry too much about that. So that's usually why I prefer Among Us, and mostly doing console games and stuff that has crossplay, because At least most of the time when you use games with crossplay, you don't have to do too much with them. I don't have to worry about my PC, well, my laptop acting strange whenever that happens. Because when the laptop acts strange, you can't really do much about how strange it's going to act. Which, of course, that super expensive $3,000 PC probably won't be coming anytime soon. It'll be a miracle before I can afford one of those damn things. And even then, I'd probably need a lot of help trying to set up an extra monitors or two or stuff like that. Which is why I always stick to the console stuff. In fact, even with the consoles that I have, I technically also don't really need a capture card for that because I can just stream directly on consoles too. Although that's usually for face cam streamers though. Which I haven't done a face cam stream in like a while actually. Or barely done any of them. That reminds me, I still have hardware to get a hold of. Ah, okay. Oh, what hardware are you trying to get? Oh, yep, and how's your day going so far, Zephyr King? If you're still lurking. Yep, how's the rest of your days going, chat? And of course, if you have any questions regarding anything, I'm more than happy to answer them. Yep. Fighting, going for my life in wild. Ah, okay, nice. At this point, there's a PC I need to set up. Ah, okay. Trying to build a PC. Oh, and an extra monitor. Yep, understandable. And yes, I do have two chats going on at once. Oh yeah, I should probably also... should have probably streamed on Twitch as well. Because ideally, I also want to try to multi-stream the whole thing too, just so that people on Twitch can also watch me too. But I'm also kind of fearing for my internet for that too. I have one I've been fixing up and upgrading. Ah, okay, that's pretty neat. So yeah, that's probably going to be like another plan too. Ideally, I also want to try to multi-stream the event on maybe both YouTube and Twitch. Oh, come to think of it, I think I can practically stream on TikTok as well. But I probably need to get like the software to do that. I'm not sure if OBS can actually set up TikTok streams. Oh, that's going to be a lot to keep track of, though. But I do want to do my best to reach out to as many people as I can, regardless of their platform. Yeah, don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't either. Although, I wonder if that plugin that I added in OBS actually allows me to do that. Or if they actually do have a proper stream setup for that. Granted, I didn't know TikTok had streaming. Oh yeah, I think it was around that time only for like exclusive folks that do it. Yeah, I think it was like only for like exclusive folks who made like certain requirements that can do streaming. But I think I ended up unlocking it somehow. But now we just gotta figure out how we go about the process. Although I also kind of wonder how well my Wi-Fi is also gonna hold up too. Streaming on 2 different platforms with the same Wi-Fi. Which I'm gonna be looking forward to it though, because I'm really excited to test things out. And I'm even more excited to show off the new model too. Which new model is really great too. The current one's also good too. Current 3D is also really good too. 2D one also really good as well. Although unfortunately I don't really have that many new emotes and stuff as well to show you guys though. I don't have enough money for everything after all. Because that's 90% of what it's going to come down to. Not having enough money for things as well as working with what I got. So it would be kind of funny if someone actually did want to commission emotes for me though. But I'm not betting on that though. But yeah, I also kind of wanted to know, folks, if you've actually been watching me for about 5 years, what would you say your favorite stream or collab stream I've done this year? Yeah, what would you say your favorite stream for me was so far? As for myself, though, I'd say the favorite stream I might have done this year so far would have to be the Terence Talks one. It was nice being able to get some of my previous guests together and catch up with them. It's also hard to believe I've actually been doing that for like over 3 years as well. Man, it almost kind of just made me wonder where all the time went. Went for as long as I've been doing those things. I couldn't get every single person in there, but I'm glad I got as many people as I could. Because it was a nice little callback to the birthday call and streams I usually used to do. Which of course, we talk about cake. Usually talk about cake and stuff, what type of cake that I probably would want to get. Which of course, I still have a lot of things planned, but of course, I also don't want to reveal too much because it wouldn't be fun if I just gave everything away. I was a fan of the collab Rise streams with your Japanese friend. Ah, yes, the streams I've been doing with Maria-san. Oh yeah, those were really good. Managed to pretty much hunt almost every monster in the game and throughout that entire series, as well as got other people to join too. Good times, good times. Although I'm not gonna go out my way to hunt every single anomaly monster out there because that would be way too much for my brain. Well, but I also feel like people would get too bored of constantly seeing Rise all the time too. So you know, gotta keep that variety going. But yeah. Also, Maria-san is especially good at Monster Hunter, so... So I'm glad we got to do those together. Yep, Maria-san, if you are watching in the background or lurking in the background, I say, Totemo arigatou gozaimasu, ishoni collabs. Oh yeah, in fact, I think, in the first week, we are going to be playing Core Keeper again, too, so there are going to be some schedule mishaps. So we're probably not going to be starting every week from like 6 p.m., but I took the time to revise the schedule and added in Core Keeper with Maria-san and made that a part of the Terence fun. What about you, Hill? EA, what would you say your favorite stream for me I've done this year was your favorite? I'd love to know. After all, I always enjoy hearing my streams actually brought a little bit of joy to some people. I'll have to think about that. Okay, sounds good, sounds good. Oh yeah, I wonder if I can actually wink with this thing too. Camera too. Nope, I can't wink, unfortunately. I cannot wink. I'm literally having my eye closed right now, and I can't freaking wink. I can wink with the freaking iPhone tracking. That the iPhones usually have better face tracking than this webcam that I have. That's unfortunate. Although I'm pretty sure that webcams with decent eye tracking costs quite a bit too, actually. Well, that kind of just makes me actually want to go and search up, hey, what webcams have the best eye tracking? Yep. Best webcam eye tracking of 2025. And hopefully it won't cost me $600 for a webcam. Because unfortunately, since my hours got cut quite a bit, I don't think I can afford like a $600 or $700 webcam. Most we were calling Blaster Master in recent Fantasy Life ones. Ah, okay. The ones I've done recently. Oh yeah, but speaking of the Blaster Master and Fantasy Life ones, I will probably continue those in like maybe like the next couple weeks until we get a new PS5 controller, and then if I'm not too late in getting that new PS5 controller, we will pretty much go ahead and stream Rise as well. No, not Rise, Wilds, and then try to take on the Omega thing. Oh, apparently they threw us. Okay, I'm doing a Google search right now, and apparently they threw this sponsored thing called Toby at me. Not to be mistaken from Toby from Naruto. Let's see what this damn thing is. Toby Pro Glasses Free is an advanced wearable eye tracker built for research which helps you study behavior where it naturally... Get this damn out of my face. place where it naturally occurs. Capture detailed eye tracking data in real time with scientific grade precision. Gather data without boundaries. Take your research beyond controlled environments and into the real world. Toby Pro Glasses Free lets participants act naturally while you collect highly detailed first-person eye tracking data live without interference. Okay, that's pretty interesting, but I imagine those glasses might cost $100 or maybe something around those places. Those Omega hunts are something else, let me tell you. Okay. I'll have something to look forward to once I get my PS5 controller. Okay, interesting. Oh, apparently these glasses also have like a freaking webcam and something built into them, controllable app. Okay. If you plan on getting a regular controller, the Chroma series looks pretty good. Okay. Interesting. I'll keep those in mind. Oh, well, we got a lot of freaking sponsored stream here. Oh, okay, looks like Google's AI actually put in some recommendations now too. Okay, let's see what we got here. AI overview. The best webcam eye tracking relies on using Beam Eye Tracker software in conjunction with a high-quality webcam with open track extension. Recommended webcams include the Logitech Brio or Elgato Facecam. Oh yeah, Elgato usually has some good stuff though. Yeah, I've been using my capture card for practically almost 3 to 4 years and it hasn't fucked up on me once. Well, actually, except for like a few times actually. And I think since then, I think I kind of have everything sorted out. I think the last time I remember my Elgato webcam giving me, well, not webcam, capture card giving me some trouble is when I was doing doing my very first endurance stream. Well, the second one, I believe. And I was playing No More Heroes Free. Yes, No More Heroes Free and Mario Golf Super Rush. And when I look back at those streams, I noticed the audio was so poorly desynced to the point where I kind of didn't really know what the hell was going on. Like, which I couldn't really continue with the series with those because of how bad the audio desync was. That's kind of why I haven't really played those games again, because I wasn't quite sure how to fix the audio with that because the audio was so far out of sync to the point where I couldn't really fix it, or maybe there was some type of OBS delay. So yeah, pretty much I had some audio delay issues with those games, and that's why I never streamed those games again. But then I pretty much looked up a YouTube tutorial and pretty much got most of that taken care of, so it hasn't been an issue with me since. It was a pretty old video too. that I watched, and apparently it actually did work. And since then, I don't think I had that many audio issues or audio issues to the point where everything is badly desyncing, so hooray for that. Oh yeah, I think maybe the other thing that I kind of did want to talk about was, when am I getting a Switch 2? Which I can pretty much honestly say, chat, we probably won't be getting a Switch 2 anytime this year because I have another credit line I have to pay off. Because I may have spent a little too much on it to the point where the card won't be taking anything, so we'll be working on paying that off, and then once we get that paid off, we'll eventually get a Switch 2. And ideally, once I do get the Switch 2, I would like to actually play that Donkey Kong game too. Oh yeah, Switch 2 is pretty expensive. Yeah, 450 is not too bad though. Like compared to Xbox Series X and what PS5 costs around that time, that's not too bad. Although if I had a little bit more hours from the job, I can probably pay that thing, buy it no problem though. Oh yeah, not to mention that in Mario Kart World that's practically $80 while everything else is $70. DK Bonanza, so it's pretty fun. You'll enjoy it. Oh yeah, definitely. And I think I may have spoiled myself a little bit on the game too, so I kind of already seen like most of the final boss in the ending from watching some playthroughs of it. I cannot justify that price tag. Oh, I don't think anyone can, honestly. And I also did see some of the Nintendo Direct for some of the other upcoming Switch 2 stuff. And I think what I'm also looking forward to on that would have to be the new Mario Tennis. Actually looks kind of cool. Especially the single player, which is a huge improvement over what we got from the Switch one. So I'm highly looking forward to playing that one Also seems to be going back to its RPG kind of roots too, from like Power Tour and such. I think maybe if I want to hype that game up, I can probably play like Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color on Switch Online. We can probably hype that up a bit too for more future plans. I have yet to do sports games on the channel, unless you want to count the Mario Golf Super Rush one, which I mostly wanted to do that just for the adventure mode though. Which I've always kind of disappointed to the fact that the golf games always have to see have the better adventure modes than the tennis ones. Which I can't understand for the life of me why Camelot decides to to always jump between quality for that one. Oh yeah, that also reminds me, speaking of future streams, I also have to try to remember to pre-order the Pokemon Legends Arceus. No, not Arceus. ZA. Get your words right, boy. I have to remember to pre-order Pokemon Legends ZA. And then we have to eventually remember to pre-order for Metroid, the new Metroid Prime game. Which they finally did have a release date for that. That's coming out December 5th. Pretty odd timing for a Metroid game, but better late than making us wait another good couple years for it, though. I'll say that much. Which I wouldn't mind waiting another couple years for it. Wait, did they ever announce the developer for who's actually developing it? No. I'll have to probably look that up, actually. Alright, No. Okay, I'm done looking for the webcam things. Alright, Google Sensei, I'm gonna need you to lend me your power. Oh, Metroid Prime Beyond. There we go. Oh, so it's still... Alright. According to Google Sensei, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is still developed by Retro Studios. Okay. At a dev time for as long as Duke Nukem Forever. Not as many memes, though. Oh yeah, that game was mean to shit if I remember correctly. I don't think that many people actually like Duke Nukem Forever. Yeah, I know I haven't played it either, so I can probably say it probably isn't that good. Oh, welcome back, Geyer. Welcome back. Okay, so it wasn't very good at all. IRCC, it seemed pretty boring. It depends on how you look at most first-person shooters, I guess. I don't really play them because most of them give me a little bit of motion sickness if I play them for too long. But it mostly... But I do like how the genre has gotten a lot faster thanks to games like Doom Eternal and such. Ah, okay, same. Nice. So I've been trying to hold off on that a little bit, though. Although I can play third-person shooters pretty fine, though. Which I usually prefer those because I enjoy seeing my character, though. Did enjoy Doom 2016, but that was the main exception. Ah, okay, nice. Although as far as other first-person shooters, I probably would see myself playing... Not too many of them, honestly. Although I will admit, there are some pretty decent-looking ones. The one I would kind of want to sort of play would have to be called GTFO. if it ever came to consoles. Oh yeah, and I also watched a video about some folks talking about how good Killing Floor was, and that's also on console too, so I could see myself playing some zombie shooters, but not quite the other ones. But yeah. Yeah, some of the RE games are first person. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 7 and 8. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 8 actually did have a third person mode where you actually see Ethan Winters for a bit. Which I think for the longest time, when you heard of Ethan Winters, you don't really know what the guy looks like. Until you actually look him up. So yeah. Oh yes. Other first-person Resident Evil games. Umbrella Chronicles and Dark Side Chronicles. Although those are more like light gun games, so I wouldn't really count those as first-person shooters. Unless you like your first-person shooters being on one screen and then running to another screen and then trying to shoot at other guys on another screen, I guess. Although it's going to be a while before I start doing Resident Evil games on the channel, though, but if there are any horror games that I'll probably do, it would most likely be Resident Evil or Silent Hill. Oh yeah, Silent Hill F also recently came out too, which I've been hearing some good and mixed things about that too. Torn with RE9. On one hand, the first person's probably scarier. On the other hand, I want to see the work that went into the MC. Oh yep, understandable. Very understandable. I would also probably like to see that too. Oh yeah, that really big freaking monster that showed up during that demo. What I saw was scary as hell too. So as far as things I would like to see too, as well, or things that I would like to imagine though. Imagine a third-person version of Lethal Company, or Repo. Of course, I'm not sure if Steam Deck can handle 9. Hope so. Ah, yep, I'm hoping so too. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I probably may have to eventually get a Steam Deck too. Although, probably not those things. And hello, TJ. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, that's the best hand wave you're gonna get from me. Oh yeah, I also have these little gestures I can do now that I activated the keyboard now. Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Thanks. I'm good, and you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Today has been mostly quiet so far. Had a very quiet day, and I spent most of that day watching some anime. Oh, in fact, chat, the anime that I was watching, actually, we finally started watching the newest episode of My Hero Academia, which pretty much kicks off with All Might versus All for One. Well, Armored All Might versus All for One, and that fight has practically also looked pretty good too. And then apparently we also got to see what the Invisible Girl in Class A looks like too. Even though we kind of got to see that in the last season too. but this one's a little bit more detailed. And then also got a preview of the new opening too, and I actually got chills from that new opening, especially when they kind of reference the day has come as well, which is a good, awesome throwback to like the very first opening too. I've mostly been on Monster Hunter World on Steam. Ah, okay, that's nice, good to hear, I already read the manga though, but I should probably watch just to check out the music. Oh, the music is hype. Music's very hype, and I think it'll probably make you a fan. Oh yeah. Also surprised in the seasonal anime as well is that they're finally continuing Kingdom. They're finally continuing Kingdom's new season, which is now on season 6, and that started off with a meeting between, I can't remember the Chinese names that well, but that's also looking pretty good too. So there's that. Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know what Kingdom is, it's mostly an anime/manga series about war and lots of talking. Hi up, and how was the rest of your day, DJ? Well, hope you have a great stream, and congrats on 5+ years anniversary. Yep, thank you. Ah, good. Glad to hear that your day was good. Oh, I was 80. I'm looking at my phone right now and it says it's 81 degrees right now. Jeez. Yeah, I thought fall would actually cool down a little bit, but I guess not. It's still going strong. Guess they need to set things up for the war to matter to the audience. Oh, yep, a little bit. Although if you want the full context of Kingdom, you'll probably have to watch most of the anime, though. I can probably warn you that the first 2 seasons have CGI in it, and CGI is usually revolutionary, hated by a lot of anime fans. With a few exceptions, and that exception is a Trigun Stampede. And I think that other one about crystals and shit. Although the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th seasons improved quite a bit, though. So yeah. And I think I've also watched the new Digimon series too, which that also, the first episode was pretty good so far. Although I wasn't expecting it to throw like a whole champion evolution for the starter Digimon in the first episode though. Well, they didn't really do that, but I did kind of think that would be kind of interesting. New series, I thought there was a new game. Maybe they're both. Oh, Kingdom or My Hero Academia? Oh yeah, there is a new My Hero Academia game coming out soon. I haven't played any of them, but I did see the mobile one. I did see like the mobile game at least, and the mobile game looked kind of cool. Too much for my phone though. And apparently they even have like the English dubcast voicing some of the characters in that one too. Which I found to be pretty surprising, honestly. Yes. Oh yeah, let me try to move you out the thing a little bit. Okay, now you look a little bit more better and stuff too. I love that stock music though. Even though I can't really hear it on my end, no. But anyway though, folks, I think now is a good time to probably end the stream right here. As a recap for what we're going to be doing this week, we're going to be doing like a endurance streams throughout the first week, and we're going to be mixing up the games in a random order. And for week 2, we're going to be doing some things with you guys in the community, as well as celebrate our YouTube channel anniversary as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, as well as yap about a few other things as well. Since we usually ever do like talking streams that much half the time, because I'm a game focused kind of guy. So with all that said, folks, I want to thank you guys for being here today and keeping me company for about an hour and 30 minutes. With all that said, folks, I will see you all tomorrow, in fact, where we will showcase our new model. So until next time, folks, I'll see you all next stream. Yep, and say goodbye to the doggo too.